There are benefits to walking over running. And I am in this particular category right now because I'm trying to get over my injury. And because I'm trying to get over my injury, I'm using walking with my leg taped up using KT tape. And I think every runner's been there. Every runner has gone through an injury. And so this is not an injury from running. This is an injury because I'm getting older. The benefits of walking when you're over 50 compared to running, specifically if you're just starting out as somebody who needs to lose weight, who's got some pounds, right? We know what that's like and what it does to the joints. It can hurt. And the big thing that I'm going through is when you're over 50, you're literally doing everything you can, hopefully you are, to keep the muscle that you currently have. Now, I know some of you are going to go, yeah, I go to the gym, yeah, that's great, but there's a lot of you that don't. And I used to be one of those guys. And, you know, I think the gym, I think people oversimplify it or overcomplicate it. It's really an easy thing, right? It's not a hard thing. It's just a matter of trying to factor it into your day, specifically when you're a family guy and you've got a lot of other commitments, a lot of things going on, or if you're in a business where your days are kind of unpredictable, like you're kind of all over the place, you don't really have a set schedule, that can be a little bit tricky as well. But what I have found true as I'm using this time to walk my way back to losing the weight like I did a number of years ago, where I dropped like 100 pounds and I became a really skinny version of me, which was amazing. You know, I've got that mindset back. And so that's what I'm focusing on, the walk as opposed to the run. So that way it gives my time for my leg or my knee to heal as I build strength. So I'm doing, you know, a lot of sitting against the wall, wall sits. I'm doing bridges. I'm working on core strength with planks. I'm doing push-ups, I'm doing squats, I'm doing leg raises. I'm doing all of these things and many more to improve my strength. Now on top of that, I have been increasing my protein amount. I'm trying to get about 200 grams of protein a day. And when you're vegetarian, that's a little bit of a challenge, but it's doable. And so far it's been working. And I've been using my FitnessPal to kind of track that, right, to see how I'm doing. So there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of moving components. However, it works when you have a plan, right? And so right now, my plan is to lose the 40 to 50 pounds that I currently have on my body. Okay, that's number one. Also, while I'm doing that, I'm working at building the strength. That way I have the muscle strength so I can handle the load when I start to run back again, right? So right now, walking has been a little bit tough for me because again, the muscle, the inflammation has been there. And that's something that, you know, I've talked about before on the channel about getting better at getting more protein and working at the gym, doing the strength work that a lot of people don't want to do, me included. And that's the way it's going right now. Is it working 100%? No, not 100%, but you know what? I have to say over the last month, I have seen a lot of benefits of walking. And I'll throw out a couple of that I'm finding that I'm really liking again. Number one is I can get out for a walk and I can be wearing jeans, right? I can be wearing my work shoes. I can just decide, hey, I'm just gonna go for a walk prior to going to an appointment. I'm not gonna get all hot and sweaty before my appointment, because if I was running, that's what would happen. Number two is I don't have to have, you know, my chafing cream, right? I don't have to lube up all the spots of my body where I would chafe. And that's kind of nice because again, you save some money. Now, walking is very accessible for a lot of people. You can pretty much do it anywhere, right? So that's been very helpful. The other thing is while I'm walking, I'm using my fat as fuel. I'm not burning carbohydrates because I'm going as slow as I am when I walk. Now, I am walking faster than I would be. I think I'm not sauntering like I am right now. However, when I am walking, I'm doing a good clip. Now, here's the thing. Over the last month, I've seen some interesting data points. Now, I only, I think, have 5 data points to show. However, what I can say is there was a couple of walks that I went and I did that I didn't have my watch on. Now, the reason I say all this is, look, if you're someone who's new to the channel, look, my name is David. I'm the plant-powered runner, and I've run marathons, I've run 10Ks, I've done half marathons, I've run an ultra marathon, 50 miles. So I know what that aspect of what it's like to start as somebody who is an overweight person, right, who had all this weight, to lose it, to be able to run all of these things, but then to revert and go backwards. Now that's the key. I know what that's like, and I know how I got there. And this is that journey to come back, to get better, to be better, and to be able to inspire others like you to get out and move. And look, there's a lot of people that come to the channel for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it's like the barbershop, right? You're going for a haircut, but you end up making a new friend. You just never know what the day's gonna, unfold type of thing when you watch these videos. So the data points are fascinating because, I would walk with my leg taped and I would take anti-inflammatory, like medicine, like I take Motrin or Tylenol or something like that. And I would go out and I would walk. And then I would get home and I would have to ice my knee. And then a number of hours later, I'd have to take some more, ibuprofen or whatever for my knee to deal with that, icing and everything else. But I've also included the types of foods that I'm eating. A lot more protein these days, right? A lot of tempeh, a lot of, spinach, my protein powder that I have, beans, nuts, seeds, just plant-based sources to help me, right? Because I don't want to be hungry. And that's the other benefit of walking, is when you walk, you don't get hungry, right? I'm not hungry at all. And I've been out for more than an hour now. Actually, I stopped my watch, but I've kept walking. And because of that, maybe I'm getting more than 6 kilometers in it, a day, more than that. But really at the end of the day, I got a smile on my face. My knee is feeling 100% better. I'm much happier with where things are going. If you have joint pain, like in your knees, one thing that I realized for me was it was the foods that I was eating that was causing a lot of the inflammation. So if you pair your diet with exercise, with sleep, with strength training, and the walking, a lot of good things can happen and a lot of weight gain can happen. Look, calories in, calories out are one thing, right? Having a deficit of how much food you're having, that's how you lose weight, by exercising, but also the amount that you eat. So you ideally want to have a little bit of a calorie deficit, not a massive one, right? Your body needs to repair, right? So you don't want to have too much of a reduction of how much, but it is important. Look, I'm no doctor, I'm no nutritionist. I'm just some dude who likes to run a lot, who has been injured, who has run the things that I've done. I'm a min-pack kind of guy, right? So these data points show that, yes, I started off thinking I was like Superman, hey, I could do this. But then you can see the 2 where it got slower, right? And that was indicative of what was happening, right? I was trying to do too much. So I kind of dialed it back a little bit. And by dialing it back a little bit, a lot of things have improved. I've improved, and I'm pretty happy with where I am with a pace of 950 as opposed to 942 when I started. Maybe that was too aggressive. So the other 2 at 10 whatever and 11, those were hard walks on my knee. And so now, smart, moving forward, there are benefits. And look, I'm here for the long haul, right? I'm here to be able to lose all of it, but yet I'm here to also improve my life. And by me doing what I do, I think I am. I know I'm feeling it, feeling so much better, feeling happier, feeling like I can do a lot more, not being so down on myself. Look, man, I'm sorry if I had to drag you through the mud for a while, because, no one likes the negativity and, oh, it's me, and I feel like this and I feel like that. Nobody needs to watch that. So if you were stuck watching it, I apologize. But these are the ugly truths of injury, of comebacks, of trying to get better as a person, to drop weight, to change your life, right? Like you can't, you can't stay the same. Life is always changing. And I'll tell you, time, 4 months, going on 4 months of this. And the older you get, and if you aren't protecting your muscles with protein intake, with strength work and whatnot, you can run into a lot of injuries in your 50s. And for me, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that, right? I've already been here once before, a number of years ago, didn't listen, so it's come back again. And now I'm trying to deal with it. And it's all just, again, muscle loss, right? Muscle loss. Who would have thought? But it is what it is. So it's time to get serious, and that's what I've been doing. So, if you're going, tell me, tell me your story. Tell me what's happening to you. Tell me what's happening in your fitness, your training, your life, any struggles that you go through, right? Because sometimes when we verbalize it and we write it down, a lot of things can change for the better. I know that. And for other people, I hope that it helps you as well. Because if I'm going through this, I'm sure somebody else in the world is going through this. And YouTube is going to find the audience who wants to watch a video like this. So if you have stumbled across this video and you don't know why, maybe take a look in the mirror and there may be something in you that you see in me. And, from me to you, look, the long road back is hard, but it's not impossible. And if you want to change your life, just do it one baby step at a time. Don't think about all of the moving parts that go along with it. Take one thing to be motivated, right? One thing that you need to do, right? And if that's just waking up a little bit earlier in the morning, then go ahead and start that new habit. Look, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get all my stuff done prior to me going off and doing my work. I haven't really talked a lot about that on the channel, but that's what I do, right? So anyways, like I always say, get out and run. And I think this video right here would be the next best thing that you can do to help get you going on your training and improve your life. Like I always say, get out and run.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end.